Paropkaraya vahanti nadyaha. It says, for others, rivers are flowing so that they would only distribute, share their waters with others. Paropkaraya phalanti vrakshaha. The trees are producing fruits, not for themselves. Do the trees have breakfast that they eat their own fruits? So in the morning they think, oh, I don't have to go anywhere shopping. Fruits are here, let me have few fruits. Tree never eats her own fruit. Rivers don't drink their own waters. It's just for others. So it is expected that the human beings also perform welfare activities for the benefit of others. That's glorious. And spreading Krishna consciousness is the topmost welfare activity. Mama aham iti dehado hitva amityartha dhirmatim dhasye mano bhagavati shuddham tat kirtanadibhi. So I'm going to give up this aham mameti thoughts like this is me, this is mine, deha, all the bodily concept and the bodily attachments. Hitva, I'm going to give all this up. Dhashe mano bhagavati. I shall engage my mind in Bhagavati, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, especially in Shuddham Tat Kirtanadihi. I'm going to engage myself in doing Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasham Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. These Shuddham, pure activities, devotional services, I'm going to be engaged in now onwards. Prabhupada writes, how a living entity becomes a victim of a material condition is lucidly explained in this verse. The beginning is to misidentify the body as one's self. Something called bodily concept. And the bodily concept of life is Brahma's creation. Not only body is created, but something is injected in our body, in our brain, mind. That is called bodily concept. Bodily concept is different from body. Body is created, the bodily concept is also created. That's one thing. And Brahma creates, I think there's a list of 4 items. One is bodily concept. The second thing is the proprietorship. This is my body and this belongs to me. And then third thing, self-deception is we cheat ourselves. We do so many wrong things, convince ourselves in so many ways. No, this is the right thing for me, good thing for me. And it is not supposed to be good, but you deceive yourself, you cheat yourself, you beat yourself, you do harm to yourself. So this is self-deception. And fourth thing is the fear of death. This is creation of Brahma. Fear of death, self-deception, is proprietorship, and the bodily concept. It's very hard to get over these things unless we are graced, blessed by Krishna consciousness. So he's determined. He's aham mameti, I am going to give all this up. In the beginning is to misidentify the body as oneself. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita begins with spiritual instruction that one is not this body, but he is within the body. This consciousness can be possible only if one chants holy name of Krishna, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and always keeps himself in association of devotees. This is secret of success. Therefore, we stress that one should chant the holy name of the Lord and keep oneself free from contamination of this material world, especially contamination of lusty desires for illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. With determination, one should vow to follow these principles and thus be saved from miserable condition of material existence. The first necessity is to become freed from bodily concept of life. Okay? Now, iti, thus, jata sunirvedaha kshanasangena sadhushu gangadvaram upeyaya mukta sarvanubandhanaha. Not only he regretted and he set some new goals for him and got his determination together, but he implemented, he did the implementation, and Jatasu Nirveda, he came to these right conclusions, and he was able to detach himself from material conception of life. This was accomplished because Kshanasangena Sadhushu, first of all. He had association of sadhus. Which sadhus? Those Vishnudutas. Kshanasangena Sadhushu. And so he went. Ganga Dwaram Upeyaya. He went to Ganga Dwar, Haridwar, present day Haridwar. Some also say Hardwar, depending. Dwar means gate. Dwar means gate. So if you are a devotee of Badrinarayan and going through Haridwar to Badrikashram, then you call that city as Haridwar. But if you are going to Kedarnath, which is on the top of the Himalayan mountain, if you are Shiv Bhakta, then you call it Hardwar. Hari, Har. Hari is Krishna, Narayan. Har is Har Har Mahadeva. Har Har. That is Shiva. So Haridwar has two names, Haridwar, Hardwar. Krishna Bhaktas call it Haridwar, Shiva Bhaktas call it Hardwar. So he is called Ganga Dwar here, which is Haridwar. He is heading towards Hari's abode, so it is Haridwar. Mukta Sarvanu Bandhanaha. He made himself free from all kinds of material bondages, and he just ran to Haridwar, walked, did Padayatra. Our Krishna consciousness movement now has centers in Vrindavan and Navadvip, so that those who want to live a retired life, whether they be devotees or not, can go there and with determination give up the bodily concept of life. One is welcome to live in those holy places for the rest of his life in order to achieve the highest success by a very simple method of chanting the holy name of the Lord, taking prasad. Thus one may return home back to Godhead. We do not have a center in Hardwar. Prabhupada says, that time there wasn't. Now we have two centers in Haridwar. But Vrindavan and Sridham, Mayapur are better for devotees than any other places. Chaitanya Chandrodaya temple offers one a good opportunity to associate with devotees. Let us take advantage of this opportunity. Satasmin deva sadana asino yogamastitaha pratyarithendriya gramo yuyoja mana atmani. Okay, so he went to Haridwar, and there Deva Sadhane, in one temple. Sadhan means residence of God, that is temple. Asino, he sat or he was residing. Yogamastitaha, situated in yoga, situated in bhakti yoga. Yogastha kuru karmani, he situated himself in yoga, bhakti yoga. Pratyarithendriya gramo, controlling all his senses. Yuyoja mana atmani, and fixed his mind on self or super soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He was now strictly following, taking holy dip in Ganga every day, temple on the bank of Ganga, and following all the practices, all that he had learned from before also. He had been practicing before, so he just continued that process. The devotees who have joined the Krishna consciousness movement may live comfortably in our temples and engage in devotional service of the Lord. Tato gunebhya atmanam yuyajya atma samadhina yuyuje bhagavadhamni brahmanyanubhavatmani. Ajamil fully engaged in devotional service. Thus he detached his mind from process of sense gratification and became fully absorbed in thinking of the form of the Lord. His mind got fixed on Bhagavad Dhamni, form of the Lord. He withdrew his mind from everything else. Yato nischalati manaha chanchalamaschiram tatastataha atmanyeva vasham nayet. So he withdrew his mind. Wherever it was going, he was dragging it back and putting that and fixing that on the form of the Lord. And he had become quite successful in his practices. If one absorbs the deity in the temple, if one worships the deity in the temple, one's mind will be naturally absorbed in thoughts of Lord and his form. There is no distinction between the form and the Lord and Lord himself. Therefore, Bhakti Yoga is a most easy system of yoga. Yariju paratadhis tasmin adrakshit purushan puraha upalabhyopalabdhan pragvavande shirashadvijaha. So now, when his mind and intelligence were fixed, he had attained his perfection, equilibrium of mind. He was attaining now samadhi, full concentration on the form of the Lord. Brahma bhuta prasannatma na sochati na kankshati samaha sarveshu bhuteshu madbhaktim labhati param. He had attained all bhakti. And so when he had attained that kind of perfection of yoga, tasmin, at that time, adrakshit, he saw purushan, those personalities, puraha, which he had seen them previously. Who is here? Who has come? Vishnudutas, same Vishnudutas. Vishnu has so many dutas, so many representatives, but the same set of those four Vishnudutas, they know the case. It is their case. It is their. Like you go to the same doctor, like next time you come. That's better. He knows the history, case. Adrakshin purushan puraha upalabhyopalabdhan prak vavande shirashadvijaha. So this Brahmin, Krishna Bhakta, Vishnu Bhakta, he immediately vavande offered his obeisances, bowing down by head, not just mentally, but physically. He bowed down and offered full dandvats unto those four Vishnudutas. Vishnudutas who had rescued Ajamil came before him again when his mind was firmly fixed upon the form of the Lord. The Vishnudutas had gone away for some time to give Ajamil a chance to become firmly fixed in meditation upon the Lord. Now that his devotion had matured, they returned to take him. So he was given some time to become more perfect. Get your act together. We are liberating you now. So just become firmly fixed, and then we'll come back again. So they have come back. They had not said so, but so he had a time. And now, hitva kalevaram tirthe gangayam darshanad anu sadhyaha swarupam jagrohe bhagvat parshad parshvavartinam. When he saw, he offered his obeisances, and then as he's getting up, his body just stayed there on the ground. And what stood was Swarupam Jagrahe, assumed spiritual form. Now he also had 4 hands. So that body was there. Out of that body came the soul, that soul is a person with a form and whole thing. Sadhyaha, immediately, Swarupam Jagre, assumed the form, Bhagavata Parshva Vartinam, fit, form that is fit to be associated with the Lord, to become associated with the Lord. So it has to be spiritual form. Lord's form is spiritual, so the form, you need also a spiritual form to associate with the Lord. So he had that form. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vetti tatvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. So this is what happened. Tyaktva deham, he gave up his body and no more birth for him. Vishnudutas are all ready, standing, waiting to bring him back to Vaikuntha. The result of perfection in Krishna consciousness is that after giving up one's material body, one is immediately transferred to the spiritual world in one's original spiritual body to become an associate of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Some devotees go to Vaikuntha Loka and others go to Golok Vrindavan to become associates of Krishna. So that has started now in ISKCON. Lately, quite a few devotees are heading toward back to Godhead. Many more have been lined up. We all are standing in the queue. And then in about 15 years' time, 20 years' time, lot of them will leave every day. Now we hear once a month, we get a report. Every other week we get a report. But our batch is in early 50s, mid 50s. So another 15, 20 years and every day there will be news. We were given today was at our disposal. Every day we wake up. We should thank God that we're still around, and Krishna is giving yet another day for us to practice Krishna consciousness. If it is not for practicing Krishna consciousness, developing detachment, and cultivating love of Godhead, why do we need additional day or longer life? What for? Only purpose that we should use our time is to get closer to the Lord. Otherwise, taravaha kim na jivanti. Sukadeva Goswami says, aren't the trees? Look at those trees. They must be here for past few hundred years. Taravaha, aren't the trees living? The vastra isn't the bellow of the blacksmith. You have seen bellows of the blacksmith? So lungs are doing the same thing. Lungs are also functioning as bellow, but we take only some air in and out. But bellow or the blacksmith takes so much air in, so much air out. Does it mean the bellow or the blacksmith is better? Or because the tree is living long life, what good is long life devoid of Krishna consciousness? That is the point being made. Then Sukadeva Goswami says, aren't there khadanti na mehanti kim grame pasho pare? Aren't there animals in your hometown? They also khadanti, they also eat. Mehanti, they also pass semen. They also have sex life. So it's not just you. So if you're also just in town just to eat and sleep and have sex, animals are also doing that. There's nothing special. The special thing is only human beings could become Krishna conscious, no one else. If we are living longer or living any additional day, additional month, additional year, it should be for that purpose. Otherwise, it's meaningless. Okay, time has come to go. Sakam vihaya sa vipro mahapurusha kinkarai haimam vimanam aruhya yayo yatra sriyapatihi. Sakam vihaya sa vipro, by the path in the sky. So haimam vimanam aruhya, he was welcome to board the airplane. Haimam, it was made up of gold, golden, not steel, aluminium, no. Made up of gold, and His Mahapurushas, they invited him to board. You may board the plane now. And they are giving some helping hand to climb up. And yayo, then they went, took off. Engine started and gradually lifted and went. Yayo yatra Sriya Patihi. They went where the Pati of Sriya, Lakshmi Pati, resides. That was the final destination of that flight. For many years, Prabhupada writes, material scientists have tried to go to the moon, but they are still unable to go there. However, the spiritual airplanes from the spiritual planets can take one back home, back to Godhead in a second. The speed of such spiritual plane can only be imagined. Spirit is finer than the mind, and everyone can experience how swiftly mind travels from one place to another, right? Mayapur, Los Angeles, Hawaii, Paris, Australia, Durban. Your mind goes. What a speed. So Prabhupada says the spiritual soul is even more subtle, more finer than the mind. So its speed is even faster than the mind. With that speed, spiritual plane travels. Therefore, one can imagine the swiftness of the spiritual form by comparing it to the speed of the mind. In less than a moment, a perfect devotee can return home back to Godhead immediately after giving up his material body. Some 350 years ago, one such plane, spiritual plane, landed in Maharashtra. Maybe 355 years ago, to be more precise. This is the birthplace of Tukaram, the saintly person. Tukaram, you saw the movie. ISKCON by TV has a Tukaram. He was performing kirtan, he was addressing thousands and chanting and dancing, playing his veena, singing, Vitthala, 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 Maja Vitthala Panduranga, Vitthala Rakhumai, Panduranga, Panduranga, Vitthala, Panduranga, Panduranga. He was totally absorbed and getting everyone also to be absorbed. This was on the bank of river Indrayani, near Pune city, present-day industrial town called Pune. Just outside was a home village of this Tukaram. And then they saw a plane coming, descending. All those thousands of persons. This is 350 years ago. All these planes which we are seeing now, they are around only for 100 years or less. Those Wright brothers, you heard of the Wright brothers? Or Wrong brothers? They invented this little plane, and which was only towards the end of the last century or 19th century. So, but this plane, anyone had seen planes, just read some descriptions in the Shastras. But here thousands of them, they witness plane coming and landing just near where everyone, the whole pandal, big program was going on. And then Tukaram was invited to come up and take his seat, which he did upon the request of the air hosts. And he folded his hands and he offered pranam to everybody. He said, Ram Ram, Ram Ram. Ram Ram means see you later, Ram Ram. He said in Marathi, Ami Zatu Amucha Gawa, Amusa Ram Rama Ghyava. I'm going to my hometown now. Please accept my Ram Ram. And they were all thinking, what? Your village is there. Let us go walk. Why do you have to sit in this carrier like this? But no one knew what was going to happen. He was saying, I'm going to home now. And so soon this plane took off. And to the great amazement of these thousands assembled, they just kept looking. Hey, hey! Calling. But they thought that he will make some few rounds and come back after a while. But that wasn't the case. They were waiting and waiting and waiting. That plane never returned. And Tukaram also never returned. This is a true story, history. You could go. I was just there a few months ago. Where the plane landed, that place is there. You could go and get a little vibration. Feels a little temptation of wanting to go. So sometimes these things are also revealed like this. And in the past, so many others were given a lift and taken back to the Lord. So if you ever come to India, come to Maharashtra, not far from Mumbai, Bombay, is this place, Tukaram's birthplace. And now, ya etam paramam guhyam itihasam aghapaham shranuya shraddhaya yukto. On the road, ya etam paramam guhyam. So, shranuya shraddhaya yukto yasya bhaktya nukirtayet. So, Sukadeva Goswami says, anyone who, this is important thing now, this is important conclusion. So, be here. Don't jump out of the window. So, anyone who hears this guhyam confidential history, okay, hear shraddhaya, hear with faith, shraddhaya yukto, yascha and bhaktyanu kirtayet, and with devotion narrate this, share this history with others, and there's a benefit for doing so. One who hears with faith and describes this confidential history with devotion, describes with devotion, Navaisa narakam yati nekshito yamakinkarai yadyapyamangalo martyo Vishnu loke mahiyate. Just say, we could only be sitting here and hearing this pastime, and when we go home, hometown, home temple, or our home here upstairs, the back, those who couldn't attend for some reason, if you share this pastime with them, na narakam yati, no more hell. Doors for the hell are closed for him. And na ikshito yamakinkarai, the Yamadutas would not even look at you. They'll be scared of you. Oh, he's a devotee, he's a Vaishnava. I better maintain safer distance. And Vishnu loke mahiyati, and such person, because this very confidential historical narration has the potency to vanquish all sinful reactions, one who hears or describes it with faith and devotion is no longer doomed to hellish life, regardless of his having a material body and regardless of how sinful he may have been. Indeed, Yamadutas who carry out the orders of Yamaraj do not approach him even to see him. After giving up this body, his body, he returns home back to Godhead, where he is very respectfully received and worshipped. So that such is a benefit. And very last statement, Mriyamano Hare Nama Grinnan Pitro Pacharitam Ajamilopyagad Dham Kim Uta Shraddhaya Grunan. While suffering at the time of death, Ajamil chanted the holy name of the Lord, and although the chanting was directed toward his son, he nevertheless returned home back to Godhead. Therefore, if one faithfully and inoffensively chants the holy name of the Lord, where is the doubt that he will return to Godhead? I mean, he was only addressing his son, and that's how he was chanting the holy name. But what if one does that, shraddhaya, with all faith and no offense? If one does so, it is quite possible that even at the time of death, he will be properly chant the holy name of the Lord with love and faith. In conclusion, one who chants the holy name of the Lord constantly is guaranteed to return home back to Godhead without a doubt. Hare